if you don't know traffic, then start paying attention to how cars react. After that, it's really just technique on how you maneuver your wheel.
Today we have the famous, or is it infamous, VT?
There's a lot of discrepancy there.
Yeah, so basically VT, full name Vicenzo Tran, right? Vicenzo Tran. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, listen, dude, it's good to have you on the show. I know. I have a couple of questions to ask you, especially, things to do with your writing style, how you started in this EUC industry or in this EUC community in general. But most importantly, I think everybody else wants to know your writing style and how that developed over time. But first and foremost, where are you right now, and what are you writing? You showed me something real quick.
All right. So let me give you a quick look of what we're doing today. So right now we normally meet up on St. Mark's. It's Kung Fu Tea, and it's our headquarters, aka HQ. Yeah. All the writers meet up there. We charge. We have bubble tea. We bullshit, all that good stuff. So today, since the original one is closed, we met up at another location that's like about 10 blocks away, but the same franchise, Kung Fu Tea. So we have a ride today scheduled for 2 o'clock. This is all-inclusive ride. It has e-bikes, scooters, e-boards. Obviously, a lot of unicycles.
Wow, the monster.
That's the monster.
Yeah. Where's yours?
Right, mine's right here, brand new. Probably has like 2 miles on it right now.
What? That looks nice. That looks nice.
Yeah, thank you. I had a 100-volt monster, but my buddy was in dire need for more range. He's a lot bigger than I am.
Yeah, okay.
So even the range that I was getting from the monster, he probably won't get.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
And then he upgraded his nickel to my friend's old monster, which has the no range.
Yeah.
This is David Hansen. And
hey, David. I've been watching a lot of David. Obviously, David is the equivalent e-rides of NYC.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Exactly. I need to get you on the show as well, David. Come on now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let me know.
Okay, we'll do. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, sounds good, man.
So right now, you can see we're all meeting up. This is what we're doing. It's nuts out here. There's the Onyx bike.
Oh yeah.
That goes like 80 or 60.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
80, 60 generally off the shelf.
Yeah, off the shelf 60. Wow, that is quick. But I guess it's on 2 wheels, right?
Yeah, he's on 2 wheels. This is my old wheel I just got rid of today, and I can't stand to see him on it, but at least I'm doing a good deed.
Hey, take care of it. Take care of it.
He's a giant, So
awesome. No, thank you so much for showing us around. So now let's go back to you. Let's talk about you.
Okay.
I'd just like to start off by saying, just tell me a little bit about how you got into the EUC community in the first instance. And
all right.
Yeah, just a bit of genesis about you.
Just even today, I got memories back on Facebook. 1 year ago today, I pretty much got into the scene, I would say in about November, on an electric e-board, which was a boosted. I forgot where I saw it, but it popped up somewhere with this massive crowd. I'm assuming that it was Tom and friends.
Yeah.
And I was so intrigued by it because I used to downhill longboard before my daughter was born. And I was never one of a guy that slid and did all that fancy stuff. I just like to go fast and straight down the hill. So with her born, I just gave it up because I was like, it's a little too risky. I saw the e-boards, I saw that video, and realized now I have a break. And, it's not so much of extreme speeds.
Yeah.
I got into the Mini X in November, took my first group ride, and I fell in love.
Yeah.
I within the first 3 months, I had purchased the whole lineup of boosteds. So I had the boosted Mini X, then the boosted V2, then I upgraded to the Stealth.
Yeah.
I was even a speed freak back then. I mean, I had large wheels and different setups to make me go a lot faster than the stock.
Yeah.
Then somebody had wanted one of my batteries in exchange for a unicycle, 84 volt MSX.
Yeah.
So with the battery and a small amount of money, I got to get the wheel.
Yeah.
So I got the wheel. I stepped on the wheel, and I literally was dumbfounded of just the just operating. It was so difficult. It was so difficult.
Yeah.
I was like, how are these guys even doing this? I would never do 20 miles an hour on this thing. So I put it away for months, 3 months. I was turned off because I had no teacher.
Yeah.
Nobody was next to me teaching me, and I didn't want to take it to the city because I didn't want to trolley it. Like, it was the walk of shame pretty much for me. So I never brought it to the city. And then eventually I took it to the park with my daughter, and within the hour, I was going point A to B, going around one jungle gym, going around the second jungle gym, going around the entire park.
Right.
Took it around one block of my local town, and then I was like, I called David right away. I said, hey, David, I learned. I took it straight to New York City.
Yeah.
And I think that has a lot to do with how I progressed in ride style.
Yeah.
Because I kind of had to like learn and fight for survival on day 2.
So basically, you had to develop your own style because there was no clear guidance of what to do, wanted to do, and it's almost like, I think your favorite YouTuber, I'm talking about you right here, call you the Kung Fu Master. Kung Fu, your style is like Kung Fu Master, right? But
the Drunken Master, you know what?
So Drunken Master. Yeah,
I saw that, and it was an honor to be even the same category as Deshaun, and I like the way he named everything though.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Tushan has his own style. You have your own style, and I think that's what I want to kind of go to in my next question. I know you have to go for a ride right now, so I won't take your time. This is a bit, but we do need to speak to you. Your style is quite controversial, up to a point where you do have people actually attacking you on social media with the way you wave your hands around the place and go in and out of traffic. Can you please explain a little bit more about, I mean, from the outside looking in, it looks dangerous, but it would be great to get your perspective and explain, why do you ride like that? What are the advantages as to why you're riding like that, so that people may know something I didn't otherwise wouldn't know? Yeah.
All right. So first off, a lot of people see a lot of controversy in just the ride style, not only in me, but amongst the riders out in New York City. Just for the fact that we ride a little different, a lot more aggressive, a little bit faster, mixed in with cars rather than people on the sidewalks or no one at all. But we don't have a choice. There's people. Our ride style is very controversial because our speed, us cutting, lane splitting, and all that.
Yeah.
It may look very dangerous, and the whole waving the hand thing. Well, I do that for counterbalance, because I'm constantly going left, right, anticipating my next jump, my next move.
Yeah.
Because everything happens so quickly out in New York City. So maybe that's the reason why it looks a little bit more dangerous, I guess. And plus, we're mixed in with cars going 35. So anytime you do that, I mean, it's always going to look a little bit more on the negative side.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's one thing as well. So it's good that you mentioned the speed as well. Now, there are I think there's 2 distinct camps right now in terms of the people that are always saying that there is excessive speed now creeping into the EUC, in general. And some people feel that anything over 30 miles or 31 miles an hour, if you are riding at anything more than that, you are essentially you know, I have to admit, once in a while, I also go over 30 miles an hour, but that is on very limited occasion. Most of the time, I'm riding about 26, 27. That's my cruising speed. But with the way, and
that's fast.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. 26, 27 is still fast enough. That's very fast. But
Yes.
when we see videos of NYC, you guys, the way you guys ride, sometimes you guys go about 30, even 40. There have been times when you've had like screenshot. And obviously, I don't want to be, I guess I am trying to be a bit of a devil's advocate over here. But obviously, we spoke yesterday and I know what you've told me, but I just want to obviously just kind of prime that out of you again. But there is method to the madness, so to speak, right? There's a reason why you guys go that fast, because the surrounding actually, you know, means, you know, the surrounding that you guys ride in negates the fact that, or at least makes it necessary for you guys to travel at that speed, because you have to share the road with cars traveling at 35 miles an hour constantly. You have to wave your hands to actually get people's attention, or else they wouldn't see you. Your technique of riding might look a bit reckless, but as you've clearly said, it's about being ready for when the next person that's not looking, maybe using their phone, pops out in front of you. You're there. I think you said something to me yesterday when you said it reminds you of a boxer or something, how a boxer kind of weaves around the place. Maybe if
Boxer's feet is always moving, right?
Yeah.
Always moving.
Yeah.
Because he's anticipating to counter whatever move you're going to throw at him.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same idea with the EUC and real street life riding. You have to be ready for what the street and life is going to throw at you. And you tend to get a little bit sidetracked when you're just standing there a little bit more comfortable and more relaxed. You start looking around your environment more rather than what's in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure we all have been at that, whatever speed it is, where it's just kind of boring, almost like you could fall asleep.
And yeah, I know that for sure. But riding in the UK, you tend to, and I guess it depends on different countries and different cities, right? Some cities, if you go over 30 miles an hour, you will stand out like a sore thumb, because most people go below that, even the cars, right? But in New York, and I think it's very important to actually make very clear on this part of our interview, because I guess you need to know the man before you start criticizing the man, so to speak, if you know what I mean. You need to understand where it's coming from. There's a saying, I'm not sure what film it is, I think it's To Kill a Mockingbird, when it says you need to know a man, you need to get underneath his skin and walk around in it so you know where it's coming from. And yesterday, before I spoke to you, I thought, wow, this guy rides recklessly, but we spoke at length, almost over an hour, just talking about why you ride like that. And that's why I just want to make clear to some people out there that might look dangerous, but in your surrounding, it means you have to ride like that. And
absolutely,
yeah. And also this also points to the type of wheel that you New Yorkers always get, which is obviously the Gutways, because that is the only manufacturer that can fulfill your riding style, your needs when it comes to EUC. I mean, do you want to tell us a little bit more about your EUC history so far? What have you got so far? What are you planning to get next?
So I started out with my learner wheel was 84 volt MSX.
Okay.
I thought it was super fast. I cut out on that going 35-ish.
Well, I mean, you tried to say you can go 40 miles an hour on that.
Can you? Maybe. Even if you could achieve it.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. Why are you playing with your life and your precious limbs? You know what I mean? To me, that my life and my body is worth more than pushing a limit there. Yes, I've cut out, but I didn't know my limit on the 84. And like I said, I cut out 35. The next day, I sold the wheel. I said, you know what? I need 100 volt. This thing's going to kill me. So I sold it. I got a 100 volt MSX, 1230 watt hour. And even on that, I had cut out going 44, 44.5, 44 something. But that was due to just, I guess, amp spiking. I was going uphill and continuously doing like 35, 40 miles an hour.
Mm.
And I guess I may have hit something where it just spiked the amp where it cut me out.
Mm.
I later on achieved a faster speed on the same wheel. So it wasn't the speed. It was just how you approached it.
Mm.
Then as everybody started getting these mods and all that stuff, I've went through 2 MSX 2200 watt hours.
Yeah.
I like to switch wheels every 2 months, roughly.
Every 2 months?
I ride about
That's
1,200
ridiculous.
miles a month.
Yeah, you mentioned yesterday 1,200 miles a month.
And
wow.
I'm also a single father. You know, I'm trying to still provide and all that stuff. So it gets quite busy. Not that I can't open an EUC, because my friends make fun of me. They say, "Hey, if BT gets a flat tire, he'll sell the wheel."
So basically, you don't know how it functions, but you know how to ride it. That's all, basically.
I know how it functions.
You better.
I tell them all the time, listen, don't make me open this up, because I'll do this better than you. You know, it only takes a couple times of dismantling and putting it back together to know what is what, where it goes, where it all goes.
Yeah.
There's not many components to an EUC, as you know.
Yeah, and that's what I like about the EUC as well. I mean, you know, you've got the main board, you got the battery, you got the motor. What else am I missing?
Shell.
The shell. I mean, those are just
shell, battery, board.
Yeah, motor, and that's
motor,
it.
rim.
And rim, and that's it. And you see, like that's why I like the EUC so much, because it's the most advanced personal electric transportation right now because of the way it actually works, right? But when you actually open up, it's actually one of the most simplest version of an electric vehicle on the planet. But the footprint is so small. The range is probably the highest on average I can get out of every one of them. You've got the fact that it's just cool in itself. It's a cool way to get around, but at the same time, it's portable, right? Yeah,
absolutely. I still look at videos. I saw a video yesterday of a unicycle ride. I'm just like, it still blows my mind. I'm like, this guy's sitting on a wheel, and I've been riding for a year, you know?
Yeah.
This guy's just on a wheel going 40.
But that's crazy, though. I mean, it's like, just hearing what you said right now. So you've been riding for just 1 year. And
1 year ago, I was still doing boards. So not even a year yet.
So
I just saw a memory pop up on Facebook. We were doing last night. 1 year ago, we were on one of the biggest rides that I've ever done.
And you're now the
on
famous,
a board.
And you're now the well, I keep calling you the infamous VT that goes.
I don't consider myself that at all.
Like you have no idea. Like whenever I see a post of yours, I think, is it you that post those safely going
safety videos? Just because I'm going fast doesn't mean I'm not showing you how to safely do it.
You know,
that's what people get wrong. You know, a little twisted there.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell another rider, he's new, and I tell him he reminds me of me, minus the fact that he's falling.
Yeah.
And what made me keep doing what I was doing? Because I wasn't falling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if I had fell and injured myself once and then twice the next week, I would have stepped back and said, hey, you know what? Maybe I need to learn the ropes first.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I learned the ropes and was blessed, thankfully, to never have any major problems. All the way from, I've had contact with cars, contact with riders mid-ride, and I've never fell.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, so in terms of safety gears, right? What sort of safety gears, obviously riding at the speed that you guys ride over there in New York, what sort of safety gears do you have? Because I think whatever works for you probably will work for 99.9% of people, because you guys ride, in terms of speed, you are at the edge. Guys over here in the UK, we do take safety quite seriously. But for you guys over there, not that you don't, but I'm assuming that whatever helmet you have, whatever gloves you have, the knee pad has to be top of the range, because you go at 40 miles an hour. As you said. So yeah.
The guy that I recommend, so I always tell guys, always gear up. You have to gear up. Last thing you want is to fall and then be forced not to do what you love, which is ride your wheel. As you know, it's very addictive. You know what I mean? The last thing you would like is for that to happen. So we're all pretty much geared to the T. Look, here's a helmet that's next to me. You know what I mean? Here's a full face helmet.
Yeah.
Most of guys are equipped with full face helmets, TSGs. We do. Most of us are wearing gloves.
Yep.
Wrist protection.
TSGs.
I recommend Hillbilly Gloves. I've cut out at 35. Those 2 times that I told you that I cut out, 35 and 45.
Yep.
I was wearing the same gloves, Hillbillies, and I gave them to my friend, which is still wearing them.
Hillbillies, right? Hillbillies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hillbillies. And when you fall on those things, it's like when you never know that you fell on your hands.
Yeah.
Because you don't have any pain or soreness or anything like that. As far as protection for the knees, we're all pretty much padded up with knee and shin guards, most of us.
Yeah. What make is that? The one that you're wearing right now, the white one. What make is that?
These are the Liats.
Oh, the Liats.
L-E-A-T-T. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they work very well. They're not even the newer versions. I think these are the ones the one version older than what's out now.
Yeah. All right. So TSG helmets. Oh, that's
gloves,
nice.
Flatland, 3Ds. These are another option.
Okay.
A lot of people are wearing the Liat full body armors too.
Okay.
Lazy rolling hoodie.
Yeah.
Let me show you my guy over here. He's wearing full body armor. You see?
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's protecting his spine as well.
Oh yeah, that's like a lot of motocross stuff. So my man over here, he's riding a Ruroc. This is traditionally for snowboarding, but it gets the job done. It's better than nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of these guys are pretty much geared up to the T. They got everything. Look, this guy's got it. It's full.
That's good.
Full body.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to see. So, like, we were talking yesterday about what would you like to see next when it comes to EUC? So, from someone like yourself that takes performance seriously,
well,
what would you like to see next?
I'd like to see progression in like maybe technology and just batteries, just a way to get them lighter, maybe stronger, maybe a faster charge, which I know is coming up. We just got to integrate them into the EUC.
Yeah, that's a good idea actually. So instead of carrying around a big brick with us, right? A charge, but wouldn't that make the EUC even a little bit more heavier?
Well, depending on the battery, I heard the new solid state batteries that they have already.
Oh no!
They plan on putting in.
No, I'm talking about the charger. If we were to integrate the charger into the wheel.
Oh.
Yeah, wouldn't that make the wheel even heavier?
That would. I don't know if I would opt in for that because personally, I'm a range freak, so I want to pack it as much as I can.
Yeah, but so you now have the 100-volt, 2,200 watt hour. So you basically gone back to the wheel you used to have before, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now we're talking about the possibility of getting a Gotway monster type mod that can possibly, satisfy your speed and your power needs.
Yeah, because I just had to get rid of my 100-volt because it's not fast enough.
What do you mean it's not fast enough? Like, okay, so what when you say it's not fast enough, are you talking about acceleration fast or are you talking about top speed fast? Is it the performance of stopping quickly and accelerating quickly? Because
no, I had no issues accelerating. I could see why some riders would have that issue. It takes a different technique.
Yes.
Than other wheels. So once you figure that out, it's slightly slower in acceleration, but you got to remember it's the same exact motor, just a bigger tire.
Yeah.
So I've had no issues doing that, but the top speed is where it was lacking. It was a little bit slower, top speed wise. I made the Monster beat probably the most out of any wheel I've owned to date. And it's a little bit, it makes me worry because I don't know what the limits are of when it cuts out, because I've never cut out on a monster. All I know is I don't want to.
No, you don't want
those
to.
Those shells will.
I know, like the monster shell is definitely one of the most brittle shell you can get in the EUC industry.
So that's one thing we could change there.
That's one thing. So definitely. All right. So charger, maybe have a charger integrated into the wheel, but that'll be too heavy. You don't like that. Batteries.
I don't know, but some chargers are light. I mean, you could have a smaller charger that's 1.5 amp integrated into it. But in my opinion, it's something else to go wrong within the unicycle.
Yeah.
Then again, and then it takes up room, which you could put some cells or something else. Yeah. That you have to come up with in there rather than have a charger. To me, it's not needed. I think range, power, durability,
suspension, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of that yet. I haven't ridden it. So
obviously, you haven't tried it yet. You might like it. I mean, the King Song and the InMotion are coming out, but knowing that those wheels are like sub 30 miles an hour wheel, I guess you probably wouldn't be interested in those. But if we can get a Gotway with integrated suspension, is that something you might look into?
I mean, listen, I'm gonna give it a go. The InMotion, I'm gonna try it. I have a couple friends getting a King Song S18. I might partially own one with the deal I just made. I don't know. I think I partially own an S18, which is weird.
Partially own, yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna give that a go. My huge issue in that is I just think I love to accelerate and around corners and turns.
Yeah.
My worries are what happens if I hit something? Will it change my ride? Will it change my turn? Will it change direction on me? I fear those things. For casual riding that's a little bumpy, I could see that, it might be the go-to wheel for most people. We got to see how it works. At the end of the day, it could be a flop, it could be a total hit. So you never know. But I would love to see that in a Gotway wheel, because obviously Gotway is my choice.
It's quite obvious.
Gotway, Gotway has my heart. I'd like to. It's not always about going 45. If you want to go 30, that's fine. If you want to go 25, it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's okay. No one said you can't go 25 on a 45 wheel. Nobody ever said that. Okay.
That's a good point.
And why? And somebody just bought a Z10, and their reasoning was they're okay with 30 miles an hour, roughly. That's the speed they want to go.
Yeah.
I tried to continuously tell them, if that's the speed you want to go, you don't want a max speed wheel at 31.
Yeah, you want that little bit of a buffer, right? So if you want to go 30 miles an hour or 28 as your top speed, you want to ensure you got 5 or 7 miles of. Okay, you know what? Let me put it this way: it's not about the speed; it's about the power you have left in reserve, right? It's exactly, and I think that's what people always misunderstand. That when I get a wheel, I look for the most powerful wheel I can get, not the most fastest wheel I can get. So, for example, the MSP is quite powerful. It might not have the top speed of the old MSX, but it is quite a torquey wheel. So that is why I have an MSP right now as well. But yeah, you are right. It's not about the speed.
Oh my God, you're doing this live?
Oh, this is
a reckless guy.
Straight from New York City, baby.
We're out here.
Yeah, he was on last week.
Yeah,
he was on last week.
He was on last week. Yes.
Yeah, it's a small community, right? But
absolutely. Small,
you know what?
Yet large.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. Right? Just one last question. No, I'll let you go on a ride, right? Because I know you guys are getting ready to go.
No problem, man.
One thing I'd like to just ask you is that, at what speed? Because you're known as a speed freak right now. Like literally, you're like the Dominic Toretto of like Fast and Furious, but EUC version.
That's very humbling.
What speed is?
That's a few give me.
Yeah, it is. You are.
I don't consider that.
Well, too late. You are.
It.
You're crazy. You're dangerous, but there is some skill to the madness, right? So, what is the top speed that you would say enough is enough?
Enough is enough. I think I'm happy with 45.
Okay, so you're good right
45
now.
45 would be great. No, I'm not good right now because I'm at the brink of cutout at 45.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, and we do that regularly. So it's a little, it's at the back of your mind when you get there.